In fact, take a look at the sequence of events in terms of the ONGC oil fire and what exactly happened there. So let's take you through what happened and how it happened exactly. We'll give you a bit by bit analysis of what exactly happened during the ONGC oil well fire. So this is the area, you can see it's near the coast. This is the area where the ONGC oil well Mori 5 is located, and this major fire broke out during the re-drilling operations at Konaseema, Andhra Pradesh. So this fire actually occurred when they were trying to re-drill, and this operation was currently underway over there. And those visuals on your screens, the incident occurred at 12:20 p.m. on Monday during the production enhancement work. So what they were exactly doing, they were production enhancement work was currently ongoing, and it broke out at 12:20 p.m. The well, which was previously abandoned, was reactivated by ONGC's contractor Deep Industries. So this was in fact done by a contractor, Deep Industries, and this was the re-drilling work was undertaken by them. This well had been previously abandoned, and the technical teams were performing perforation activities at the depth of 2.7 kilometers. So they were performing these operations at a depth of 2.7 kilometers, and then there was a sudden surge in pressure when they were doing these drilling operations that led to the blowout of a gas and crude oil mixture. So when they were doing the operations at 2.7 kilometers deep, there was a mixture of gas and crude oil which actually blew out due to a sudden pressure, and repair works were underway using a work-over rig after the well had temporarily halted production. So since we've talked about how the well had temporarily halted production, the repair work was being done using a work-over rig, and a powerful blowout then released this massive volume of gas that was mixed with crude oil. Since this was mixed with crude oil, you can look at the height of these flames, very huge flames, and from about a kilometer as well you could see those thick black smoke that was in the area, and crude oil and gas reportedly gushed out with massive force accompanied by loud explosions. So since this mixture had crude oil, it had gas, they were accompanied by massive explosions. People could hear them in the neighboring areas, and you can obviously look at the enormity of this entire fire. The leaked gas soon caught fire with flames erupting at the site. So this gas soon caught fire after about 10 minutes, and look at those visuals. These are aerial visuals that we are getting for you. This usually is an abandoned area for 400 to 500 meters. There is usually no human habitation, and this is an aerial view that we are getting for you. So flames shooting over 100 feet into the air blanketed parts of Razole town. So these flames 100 feet into the air, you can look at the enormous scale, and then this was part of the Razole town area, and this forced hundreds of residents to flee their homes. So obviously in the 4 to 5 kilometer radius area there were homes, and those people had to flee because of the enormity. 100 feet into the air the flames actually were erupting. 3 to 4 nearby villages were also evacuated as a precaution. So authorities, when they came to know, they evacuated nearby villages as well. No deaths or injuries have been reported. So this is of utmost importance, that till now no deaths or injuries have been reported. And drilling rig, the logging tools and heavy vehicles have been completely, however, destroyed. Since there were operations currently underway, production enhancement operations over there, all the equipment over there have unfortunately been lost to the fire. And locals reported nearly 500 coconut trees as well being burnt because of this massive fire. You could see on your screens 100 feet into the air, and the extensive damage to crops and aquaculture as well. So obviously extensive damage to the crops over there in that area and aquaculture because of those flames. The oil well is located in Irusumanda village of Konaseema's Razole area. So you can see, look at those fields as well nearby, which is near the incident, the site of the incident, and hence even crops were destroyed as we have mentioned earlier. The well is located on an insulated layer estimated to hold 30 to 40 million tons of reserves. So imagine 30 to 40 million tons of reserve, and that is why when they were drilling 2.7 meters into the ground, there was a massive sudden pressure that actually released some of this gas and oil mixture. Over 600 residents, about 300 families from Irusomanda and neighboring villages were shifted to relief camps. So authorities swung into action immediately, evacuated these people and shifted them to relief camps as well. So right now, in fact, let me go across to my colleague Naresh Akana, who is giving us the latest updates. Naresh, take us through the details. We just took the viewers through the timeline of events. Obviously, 100 feet into the air, the flames were blazing. The people have been shifted over there, Naresh.
Yes, Shivani. Yesterday, it's afternoon 12:25 p.m. It's happened. Panic situation starts from the 12:25 p.m. Still now, the total 6 villages, the Iruskumanda, Lakavaram, and Gobalapalam, and Chintapalli, and Batalanka. These villages are near to the happening situation, and they are still in panicking situation. They are shifted to relief centers, but their villages are in the near of the fires, because we can see in the visuals what happening nearly about the 100 feet of the fire is exploding from there. This is definitely, we can say, this is the highest blowing area in the ONGC. This is the biggest accidents also, because in Andhra Pradesh, the recent days within the span of 2 to 3 years only, because in Visakhapatnam district, nearly near to Ankapalli, that's a pharma industry is there. In pharma industry, also same gas leakage is there. In that also nearly 12 plus members are dead in that incident. After that, we can say another pharma industry also is there. And in Konaseema district, the last 20 years ago also one incident happened. In that incident also nearly the Konaseema district is no more, we can say these words, because that explosion is that's so much. And now the same ONGC explosion, which is a blowout from that area, is totally Iruskumanda is a village. Near of 3,000 people are affecting since this yesterday afternoon. Now ONGC personnel are working hard to bring the fire under control, but the situation is controlling, but the fire is blowing out completely, and we can say the completion of blowout that caused unrest in Konaseema still are now under control. But yesterday flames are rose high to nearly 100 feet. Now it's decreasing, but we can say we saw the aerial view of the causing what the place is Konaseema district, what happened in the ONGC. The fire blow out the like everything, because it's likely if nearly 500 plus what trees is there, nearly of coconut trees, they are completely smashed out because of the fire. The fire extension is the highly protection in that, and ONGC personnel working on it, but no, but little bit perception is there. But ONGC blowout is fired at Iruskumanda Mandal, Dr. Ambedkar district and under control now. However, the intensity of the flames are appear to have decreased somewhat, but ONGC person continuously carrying the water in umbrella process. We can say from what they are carrying the water umbrella process, and some side they are using the 4 sides of the process. Some 2 sides are they are using the foam also, because in the disaster management and officials and fire safety officials are participating in this operation. The fire safety officers using the foam to control the spreading area. What heat is very heavy much. That's why they use it to control the fire of heat, and the control of heat is they are using foams. After that they are using the umbrella attack from the water, like for fire jets also they are using. But the noise of gas decreased compared to the yesterday. Along with the flames, the black smoke is also spreading nearly hundreds of kilometers. The spread is seeing, we can say in the area the spread is the black smoke is very highly is coming, and the situation is improving slightly this morning and afternoon also. Nearly from the 2 o'clock also it's normal, but officials are allowing one by one to close up the fire, because they have to take the safety measures, and that officials are also saying that improve situation is improving from the afternoon, but they are saying within the 24 hours completely it will off. But near a village what they have in nearly 6 villages, people the people are very panicking because from the extra itself they are in shelters
Right.
relief